Greetings. There's good news and bad news. Or only bad news. It depends how you look at it. Bad news, let's start with bad news. 2.1 update for Elite Dangerous called Engineers is officially delayed. From what I've read, it should be out around May or maybe even June. In next several weeks we should have more information about exact dates and what actually we will have in 2.1 update. Because even while we know that there will be engineers, revamped missions, these are just words for now. Good news. I've read David Braben interview done by Andy Kelly on PCGamer.com from February 16. You can find direct link to that article below this video. He was speaking there about CQC standalone for £5, that it might bring some new players, but he is not expecting many of those to buy full release, and that in live build we are too fond of our ships and that's why we don't like to PvP. In my opinion, PvP is not so engaging, not because of ship loss, but more because you will spend hours and hours just to find somebody willing to fight, and it's way too easy to run away. And yes, insurance is pricey if you are flying a large ship, but same time, if you are flying a large ship, it's much easier to run away and it's very hard to be killed. Basically you will have to stage a fight. But this is a game, you should not force somebody to fight, it should come naturally. And for some reason it does not happen here. If you ask me, then I would say that it's because we are not involved in any minor factions, powers, activities. We are spread all over galaxy. I mean, imagine if there are 10,000 players online and maybe half of them are playing in open group, spread in 150 or so habitable systems. Yeah, good luck finding somebody. Community goals sometimes bring players together, but that's about it. We need more engagement in power play, factions. We really need more fun in this game. Also, David Braben confirmed that Xbox players and PC players are not playing together, mainly because of controller issue. But good news is when David Braben were asked about state of the game today and whether there is anything that he thinks can be improved. And he responded that there are a lot of things wrong with powers. We are close, but the details stop it from being great. But we can improve it and we will improve it. And followed by, there are missions out there I know almost no players have seen. But we haven't communicated properly. There's so much in there, and what we see from play patterns is that many do the same thing over and over. In that cycle they just don't get to see some of variation. I am not blaming players, we got it wrong. It took them more than a year to realize that missions are wrong. And big part of 2.1 update is missions. So by delaying this update, devs are telling us that they really are trying hard to do it right this time. Hopefully they will succeed. I just wish that they would revisit power play, and I would be curious now to know if new 2.1 mission system will include cooperation mission as well. We have Wings for around a year and still no co-op mission. If they don't want to implement missions, all they have to do is just scale up NPC enemies. So if two players team together, they will have twice as many enemies. In a Wing of 4, 4 times more enemies. Remember that strong signal source with Wing of 3 enemy anacondas? So in a Wing of 4 we would encounter Wing of 12 anacondas. That would be fun. I will still keep my expectations low enough so I will not be disappointed. And about engineers, actually, I was right. Somebody told me that engineers will be shown on Galaxy map, but David Braben says that you won't know where the engineers are. Even finding them will be a challenge. I can imagine that. Hours and hours of pointless landing and checking bulletin boards, and fun part, If you have not enough reputation with minor faction, you might even not see that engineer character in your contacts list. Hopefully there will be at least some hints regarding engineer locations. David Braben also admits that there isn't much to do on planet surface now. We want to add more interesting stuff and give players more to do. With regards to looting and crafting, one of the great things about planets is that anything floating in space tends to end up on the surface. So there will be wreckage to scavenge. I just hope we will not be seeing just some different canisters. There should be something much more interesting than that. I would say that we should demand more surprises. We are players and we want to be surprised. So in the end we have bad news about delayed 2.1 update, and I will not call it good news, but a hope, because David Braben admitted that they got some parts of the game wrong. And if CEO of Frontier Developments is saying that, then there really is a hope. Fly safe, commanders.